So I called the guy back from Disney today. I just haven't been able to get to it all week because he has very weird hours. But he knew immediately who I was. And he talked to me about how important diversity was to Disney, how that was one of the cornerstones of their company. And, obviously a little bit of that stuff is just placating me, but you have to expect that to a certain extent, I think. But he told me that Disney is actually undergoing a movement right now to move away from seeing the Disney princesses as one whole bundle and to focus on each individual character and their story and their journey. Because as a society right now, we are fortunately moving in a direction where we're teaching our kids to value individuality over physical beauty. And I told him how excited I was about that direction because that's something that as a teacher, I teach to my kids all the time, no matter what we're talking about. It's the idea that we should celebrate what makes us different, but nobody is more important or more special than anybody else because of our appearance. And most importantly, that our value is not in any way linked directly to our appearance. And unfortunately, the impression we get when we don't see non-white characters represented is that those characters are less interesting or less important than white ones. And that's, of course, ridiculous and not the kind of message that Disney wants to send, which is something that he assured me of and something that I knew deep in my heart. Because, of course, Disney is a company full of magic and love and positivity and inclusiveness, and that is the message that they want to send overall. Which is why it really disappointed me to see this one hidden thread of negativity in their merchandising and their marketing and their stores. But he definitely understood that and thanked me for holding them accountable for that, and said it in lovely ways, then talked about Disney magic. So I think that movement, which is going to be called Dream Big, which focuses on these individual characters and their personal journeys, is going to be really significant in moving away from this ideal of this pretty, blonde, beautiful princess that we need to try to be like. And so when we start to look at those characters through a sharper lens, hopefully people of color will have someone that they can identify with, and their favorite characters will be just as represented as the typical Disney princesses: Snow White, Ariel, Belle, Elsa. And then we will all be connected to each other in the circle, in the hoop that never ends. And I did make sure to tell this guy that I knew it wasn't just a Disney problem. This is definitely a culture problem, and it's a world problem, because I feel like they have such a strong voice and such a positive voice. If they were contributing to the problem, then they need to be made aware of it so they can try to rectify it. Because I've had several people during the course of this sort of campaign of mine, if you would call it that, tell me that they had tried to make some kind of difference or to alert people to the problem before, and that they hadn't gotten anywhere. So I said, all right, we're not talking to the right people, or we're not talking loudly enough, or we're not talking widely enough. We need to try harder. So that's what I told this guy, and I told him I didn't expect a magical solution overnight, but I needed to get the right people involved in the conversation, and I hoped he was the right person. And he assured me that I had done the right thing, and also wanted me to know that it wasn't just a conversation between me and him, but that he has also escalated it to the next level and shown it to his boss, and she has brought several people on her level into the conversation. So, does that mean that magically there is equality in the world? No. Does it mean that I magically have Pocahontas toys? No. But it does mean that we are drawing some attention to a really important problem in the world and getting something done. I can't personally affect the change myself, but I can use my brain and my voice and my email and letter writing skills to get the change affected. And that's a pretty awesome thing. So moral of the story is, don't settle for mediocrity. If you see something going wrong, do something about it. Complain. Talk to the right people. That being said, I don't consider this battle over just because I had a good conversation. I still have several letters out there that have gone unanswered. So it would be really cool if I got some more responses and got to talk to them about the conversations I've already had. And I would encourage all of you to keep talking about this, draw more people into the conversation, not just about Disney, but about culture in general. And just making sure that we're acknowledging our white privilege and making sure that we're not overlooking anyone because they're different than we are. And also the fact that making sure that everyone understands there is no correlation between your personal value and what you look like. And also, it's a little bit of a goal of mine to get on Ellen DeGeneres, because she also has a really important voice and a powerful voice. And she plays ridiculous videos on her show all the time, so I've sent her my original Whitewash Disney Bambi rant. So if you would go on my YouTube page and like that, or also on Instagram or Twitter, you can hashtag McClellan on Ellen and get that trending, and maybe we can make this happen. Because number one, that'd be a great way to get this conversation spread far and wide, and number two, I really want to be on Ellen. Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come rolling all the riches all around you, and for once never wonder what there were. Rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends. And we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends.